McClendon, but a nice adjustment by McClendon to take a little bit off that little roll shot as she rolled it up and over.
Carpenter starting setter on the 2010 title team, serving again, and that one just won't go over. Penn State getting closer.
Typically a tough serving team. Kristen Carpenter, as you mentioned, she was a setter, changed her role, and that's exactly what it takes. You see so many athletes that maybe were starters, but later on in their careers have to make role changes.
Another block up front for Kentucky. O'Connor and Tronick combining for the point.
It's a young middle for the Wildcats, but their block was spectacular. You could see them press it over, up above, get the hands over, get the right angle. Excellent block.
3-foot serving for Kentucky. And that one is put over by Micah Hancock, the setter who was up front.
5'11" too, and Micah Hancock, she's got enough size and the strength to go up and challenge a bigger player in Zan Morgan, who was right there.
Hancock, a threat to serve an ace every time, but that one is about 4 feet too long. Kentucky gets the point, and as we hit a timeout, Russ Rose's team is down 2 to the 16-seeded Wildcats of Kentucky. Welcome back. Penn State down by 2 to Kentucky in the very first set. This is a Sweet 16 matchup. The Wildcats, the 16th seed. They only seed 1 through 16 nationally in volleyball. Penn State with an easy win over Binghamton, then had to dispatch a Bowling Green in also 3 sets. They've actually only lost a couple of sets since their last loss to Nebraska back on October the 28th. And for the Wildcats, they've won 5 straight matches, beating East Tennessee State and then taking out Ohio State in 4 sets. Ohio State, the only Big Ten team to make the tournament that lost in the first week.
7 teams total started, and they still have 6 in the Big Ten does. So it's a great representation. Very close to having 4 of them here at this regional. Kentucky a spoiler of that, and right now a spoiler here in this set.
Kentucky gets the point to go up by 3. Michigan and Michigan State will play each other. And Illinois, who had such a great year last year, didn't even make the tournament this year.
They were national runners-up, did not make it in, but 7 others from the Big Ten representing.
Whitney Billings, a junior, will have over 1,000 career kills and digs by the time her career is over. And that's the first time that we have called Nia Grant's name this afternoon.
And that's exactly what Penn State wanted to do, was find Nia Grant, find multiple options for their rotation, and they've struggled because of the passing. Some very tough serving coming at them from the Wildcats.
McClendon's turn to serve. Set up for Scott. Now O'Connor off the block. That's just too good from Ariel Scott, the Big Ten Player of the Year.
Much better job by Penn State. They get the touch off the block that allows them to get the nice pass up to their setter, Hancock, and then the finish to the player they want to go to in Scott.
Penn State down a point right now. A tip by O'Connor, good save by Courtney. And they set it up on the slide to Morgan. How about Hartman deciding just to take it over?
Well, if you're the Wildcats, you've got to come up with some options. You've got to come up and have some clever plays. And right there, Christine Hartman, their senior setter, nice decision, takes the second ball over. The middle was wide open, and some emotion from the Wildcats.
Redshirt senior. Honorable mention All-South Region player this year. Ariel Scott, known as A. Scott to her teammates, who didn't start playing volleyball until her freshman year in high school.
Makes it look so easy, such a laid-back personality, but always working is the mind on what she can do next out there.
Up front now with Courtney and Slay. Dominique Gonzalez, the libero with the serve. Oh boy, Kentucky thought they had that one, but it was ruled out.
Ashley Frazier the best athlete, Craig Skinner said, on his team. Thought she caught that back corner.
They have to get it over on this one, and Slay comes up for an easy kill.
That's what Penn State wanted earlier in this set. They were looking for Katie Slay in the middle, but they weren't able to get the right set because of the passing being off. And this time, finally, that quick, short one, she knows what to do with it.
Slay, a junior, one of the captains, two-time first-team All-Big Ten performer out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Kentucky has seen its lead disappear, so the Wildcats have called a timeout.
Passing for Russ Rose's team has definitely improved, and that's led to the system getting settled in. The Wildcats causing his team some problems here early on, Penn.
Yep, Kentucky off to a great start here in the first set.
The thing I've liked the most and what I feel has been working is the block hasn't been able to get set for Penn State because Kentucky has really moved the ball around. They've gone to both ends. They've taken it in the middle several times. Multiple options just has not allowed Penn State early on in this one to get things set up with their block.
Penn State winning the last couple of points, and they now lead at 18-17. Again, the first team to 25 points, assuming you are up by 2, will win the set. These two teams have not met since 1986. They've met 6 times between 1983 and 1986. Penn State won 5 of 6. A long time ago, but Russ Rose was the coach at Penn State. Let's go back to that series history, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah, the last win for the Wildcats against Penn State was back in 1983, so the Nittany Lions taking the last 4. Not been a fun series for the Wildcats. They're trying to turn that around. It's going to be good defense and good serving, and right now they've had both of those working for them. This is a team that, coming off of the win against Ohio State, they had 10 aces. You got to have that kind of serving against a team like Penn State.
Billings from the back row. Sent it long. Penn State gets another point.
Wildcats need a side out. Gonzalez has been back there serving, the captain libero.
Hancock was able to keep it alive, and Ariel Scott just rockets one off the hands of Whitney Billings. And the run continues. Penn State now up by 3. And Craig Skinner wants another timeout.
And it's all because Penn State has gotten the passing game going. You get that first pass, then you can set up your big hitters, and they've been working it both pins. It's exactly what Russ Rose said he wanted to do, but he said, our team has to pass well, and that was the problem early on in this one.
5 kills already for Ariel Scott, helping in this run. Omaha Regional, that is action that is coming up later tonight on ESPN3. Oregon taking on BYU, and Washington playing Nebraska. Another Big Ten team. Nebraska, the last team to beat Penn State, and in Austin, Texas, Florida, and the Shockers shockingly into the Sweet 16 to take on USC.
Wichita State out of the Missouri Valley Conference, an at-large team.
And the final region is Berkeley, California, where Stanford, now number 2 in the nation, behind Penn State, plays Iowa State, and then the all-Big Ten matchup between the Michigans.
You know, and that's interesting. We see the Michigans, and every coach we talk to here from the Big Ten said they are not surprised that Michigan State and Michigan are where they are, because they were not easy during conference play.
So all those matches coming up later on today on ESPN3, and then tomorrow we will have all of the regional finals on ESPNU. Ariel Scott, we talked about the 5 kills, also has a block for the talented right side player out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. She said she grew up northern New Jersey, sort of near New York. Her mom is from Manhattan. And a late comer. She played a lot of basketball earlier on, and has obviously done quite well with the sports switch.
She has. Leads this team in kills. She was the Big Ten Player of the Year. Excellent numbers.
Let's see what Kentucky does out of the timeout. Frazier unable to put it away. McClendon with the tip, saved by Billings. And Hancock setting it up. They go to the other pin. Ariel Scott can't put it away. Long rally. Gets longer. And Scott finally ends it with her 6th kill of the set.
Both teams nice passing, working the ball around, but Ariel Scott has amazing hang time, that long wingspan, because that set was behind her. She had to reach behind her head to get that one.
Oh, big Katie Slay at 6'6", sets up a huge wall.
She was just waiting on that. As Kentucky and Hartman, the setter, thought she'd take that second ball over, and that time, Katie Slay said, not again. I saw it once, but not twice.
And Morgan finally stops this Penn State run.
Zan Morgan, that is her play. She loves the slide attack. She works so hard in the offseason on just the little technical plays, just little techniques that she could improve.
Oh, that hurts. They finally got the ball back on the side out, and then Morgan has the service error.
Typical of her, 29 aces on the season.
11th in the SEC in aces this year. Frazier.
Caught the antenna on that one, tried to turn and go down the line, but Pam, that didn't work for her. She was a little too far off the net. Tough angle.
Lacey Fuller. Lets that one go. And Penn State takes the first set.